There are many ways that you can make yourself feel broke or get to the stage that you are broke. But with dumb purchases, you are putting yourself into those situations, might be without consciousness or with consciousness, of keeping up with certain trends from friends, family, and society overall. So today I will cover 6 dumb purchases you should avoid, and at the end of the video I will share the one thing that I regret spending money on. So keep tuned till the end of what is something that I really regret spending money on. Hi, I'm Mina here on Ladies Mental. I hope your day is going well. I'm so happy to have another conversation with you. If you want to be informed of further videos of me, I would more than appreciate if you leave a comment, subscription down below. I'm happy to have you around here anytime. I hope your day is going well. So let's dive in. And point number 1 of dumb purchases you should avoid: expensive cars, watches, designer clothes, in trends in general. Just because at the moment it's trending, the newest item that is coming up, you want to be exclusive. Hierarchy can make a big difference in that. But luxury can look so different. But I want you really to stop getting most expensive car that you can't afford, as well as luxury products such as watches, designer shoes, bags, etc. Those are really things that you should try keep away from you, or even leave it out availability. But these things really hold you down for achieving something and building your wealth. My second point is bottle services. The bottle services, especially like if you go into a pub, in a bar, they are having a certain prices for those bottles that you go, or clubs. So you pay maybe a deposit, or just because you are in an environment that the wages have to be paid, you pay a bottle service. Because if you go into a normal convenience store or in an alcohol shop, you get those things very cheap compared to just a bottle of vodka or whatever energy drink. Those things really have the hidden cost, and especially if you're going out with your friends, want to have fun, and just mindlessly spending your money on those kind of things. And as well, that can be like on Christmas markets where you have like different like punches and all that kind of things. They have also deposits on the mall so that you return them. But maybe you just have a fun and forget those kind of things. Just keep in mind that you really overspend unconsciously on those evenings. For me personally, I've never been the one that has been following the trends, especially in phones, or have to be upgraded. For me, I'm researching for a specific thing for a longer period of time and see how it goes, how it evolves, how's the battery life. That kind of things are for me more of a priority. Why? Because I keep those gadgets for years, 8 years, longer even, if I can. So there is no need really for always going with the trend and updating your gadgets just because it might be a different color or it has a slightly different outlook. Those are really things that you don't really need, and I know it can be tempting of keeping up with the trend, but that really makes you broke if you keep up with that unnecessary tech gadgets. And for me personally, another point about this: phones, iPhones, and tech in general nowadays, if they're brand new, they're expensive. And if I feel like for 1,000 I can go on a holiday and have way more memories by just purchasing a new iPhone. That kind of things also help me to really reflect of, do I want to purchase this? Next, we have point number 4, which is a big thing, especially for us ladies, I would say, is weddings. I know it can be your biggest thing, you're counting for it, you're dreaming about it since you're a little child. But keep in mind, the wedding, for me personally, is something that is between you and the partner you want to marry with, and you want to share that day with your close ones, with your family. And I see often those big, massive occasions here and there, bouquets, and they're a huge thing, and oh, etc. There's so many, and there's endless things you can do on a wedding. But if that means just on one day you spend so much money on, and everything is gone after that day. So if you have, for example, a smaller wedding, but you're not spending that money on that day, you can save it for a house. And a house lasts you way longer than just a day, I'd say, if that makes sense to you. But it's not that it shouldn't be meaningful or it has the spark that you want, but maybe reduce it to the people that are really close to you. Don't feel always the obligation to have them invited. Be really close to your values and what you want to have, and spend the time with on your big day. Because I feel like it's often a trend and also like an industry to make money, which, yeah, with so many things you can have photographers, wedding events planner, all that. There's so many things around the wedding, but just keep it a bit simple and casual in the way that you feel like it's still to make your day as beautiful as you want. For the next one, we have point number 5 is supplements. Nowadays we have so many supplements and it's always the solution promoted for everything. Might that be vitamin, some deficits that you have, just overall like cosmetic, pills, protein powder, all of those things are a massive amount of money that can eat your wallet. Because I know it can be hard sometimes to reflect and also indicate what are the things and vitamins that I really need. I'm not against supplements at all, but I do feel we can make a lot with our diet, everyday life, and sport and activities. So I don't really believe in protein powder. I'm just trying to find those supplements through my diet. But if you want to have some supplements, I'm not saying you have to let go of them. That's not really the point I want to bring out. It's more being intentional, maybe stick to fewer things or research how you can have them in other elements, in different type of fruits or meals that you can go to. That's something that I really think can help you to reduce the cost and not make you feel broke. And especially if you see something on Instagram, on any TikTok, you feel like, oh, that supplement is gonna fix everything. And try to be reflective on that and try to declutter them even a bit. And keep also in mind, they have expiries. So if you stock up too much on those supplements, they will expire. So in most cases, you throw them away before you have even used them. I also want to expand this supplement point a little bit with skincare. I know, ladies, we do like to have the perfect skin, we want to take care of it, but I learned my lessons as well in the last year, then less is more. I know it can be tempting, especially if you're dealing with any kind of acne, pimples, irritation, and imperfection, that can be really hard to deal with and can be. However, if you push too much on your skin, you can also damage your skin barrier, which is in the end even more drastically and hurtful to your skin than benefiting it. So maybe reduce a little bit what you have or stick to the ones that you know are helpful. If you need to reach out to a professional, feel free to do so. Sometimes it just helps to have a bit of a chat and know where you are and what could be beneficial to your skin. And that also is with the makeup. If you're going with all of different shades and always purchase something new, you are gonna have a bunch of makeup essentials that you might use occasionally. Try to find like a little set that you can use for your everyday and have maybe small additional ones that you want to keep for special occasions. So overall, keep the supplements as short as you can, and even if you can implement them in various ways, such as diet and exercise, sleep, all of that kind of things, and that can also improve your mental stage as well. Right, so let's cover the last point, number 6, is in general overpriced stuff that you're not able to pay. Like, you have not the salary for it, you have neither the budget for it, you have to take a credit on or pay in terms. So those are things that you really should avoid. I know it can be hard to stick to routine, but you know better. You want to be free and broke, and that makes you feel better. Really, believe me, if you stick to it and improve yourself of not going and having the mentality of being broke, you're going from a stressful, depressive state of worrying all the time to a happy, uplifted, confident, almost life if you have the control of your financial spending and how you can invest in it. That can look like stop spending money on expensive jewelry. You don't need a specific thing just because it's now trending. Maybe see if you can borrow it or swap it out a little bit. You don't need a specific jacket right now, and you are not able actually to get those things since they are not in your budget. I know sometimes we want to have the purchases, but keep in mind, you want to be successful, don't you? You want to go where you want, and the feeling of being broke and the stage of being broke is not going to help you to go where you want in the future. It literally doesn't. So the further and the fastest you go out of this rat race of being broke, the faster and further you can go and succeed in your future. And as I said, I will answer also the question I've asked in the beginning: what is something that you really regret spending money on? And I was 14 years old. We had like a little day school trip, and yeah, there was a little bit of a spare time. A few of my friends, we went to the shopping area and we went into a store and we said, oh, that's very nice, let's get all of that matching t-shirt, that will look so lovely. And in the end, actually, it was out of my budget for the whole day, and I wanted to spend that money, not even close to all of it. But at that moment, with driven by my friends and that they're able to spend it, I went along with them and bought that t-shirt. And in the end, it turned out I wore it like 3-4 times, and after that it just worn out, and neither of all of my friends wore it really. And at that time, that t-shirt was very expensive with the money that I had available. And after a while, I couldn't use or go somewhere with my friends since I already spent that t-shirt, which initially I would say I didn't really even want it. But at that moment, it was an impulsive purchase, also driven a little bit of my friends. That's just something that I have really regretted spending money on. So let me know, please, in a comment, what is something that you really regretted spending money on. Leave a subscription here on this channel. I'm always happy to have another conversation with you and see you around. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you. All the best. Till the next